Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jake. Welcome to another episode of Flying with Jake. Right now, I am in this, it's actually the default Boeing 737-800 for FSX. I downloaded this texture pack for a Delta 737 actually yesterday, and I started this flight yesterday and I saved it so that I could get some sleep. And this morning I started it back up. I am in this, like I said, Delta 737 operating as Delta 1385. I took off from Cincinnati yesterday. I'm bound for Seattle. I've gotten most of the flight done already. I'm recording this little intro. See here on the GPS, that there is Missoula, Montana. That's the airport there in Missoula, and it is right there. I'm at 36,000 feet above sea level. I don't know how high I am above Missoula Airport because it's in the mountains. But I'm going to be recording the approach into Seattle. But I filmed this intro long before I got any kind of descent clearance, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going to be happening. I'm going to record the entire approach and the landing and the taxi back, and it's just going to be a fun little video that I'm going to make for you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thanks. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the flight. Last I spoke to you, we were over in Montana. Right now we're in Washington. Just a second.
Going to 132.6, Delta 1385.
Using the radio, so 132.6 was what they wanted us to change to. No. There we go. Swap it over. And Shazam, we're already
Seattle Center, Delta 1385. Descent flight level 289.
We're descending to 16,000. Coming out of 29,000.
Seattle Center, roger.
Let's look at the GPS and see exactly where in Washington we are. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Columbia River. There's Yakima down there. So yeah, this is the one of the rivers that comes up into Washington. I don't know if it's the Columbia. I could be wrong about that, but Yakima's down there, so we should be in Seattle. Right there is Seattle, and it's about 100 miles out, so should be there before too awful long. Right now our speed is at about, let's see, 232 knots. I've turned it way down on descent, so 232 knots. We will go ahead and convert that to miles per hour by multiplying it by 1.151 for those of you who want to know that for future reference. So going down to 230, so we'll go 230 times 1.151. About 260 miles an hour, just a little bit over that actually. So should be in Seattle in a snap. We've just been given descent. We haven't been vectored yet. When we do get vectored, they're probably going to try and give me the ILS. I don't necessarily know how to work the ILS in a 737, so I'm just going to tell them I want the visual approach, where they're going to guide me into where I'm lined up with it, and then good to go, go ahead and land, you know. So, but that'll be a little bit yet. Once we get started getting vectors, they'll give us another heading, and then I will ask them for the visual approach. If I did the ILS, I could just tune one of the nav radios to the frequency of the ILS on the runway, and then it would just guide me in automatically. I don't like doing that because it kind of sucks. But yeah. Here's the outside. We are descending. It's like some mountains down here. Probably Snoqualmie Pass. I've been over that a couple times in real life in my career. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Mount Rainier, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. And right now we're turning on another one of our nav points. I'll have the GPS up for you, and I'll just record the descent, getting vectors and the approach and everything like I said I would, and we'll record all the way till we get to whatever gate ground control tells us to go to at Seattle. So sit back, relax, do whatever it is that you're doing, and enjoy this video if you're watching it. If not, I don't care. Just a way to kill time, you know. This has got to be one of the longer flights I've done, though, since I've been doing this simulator stuff, and that's for years I've been doing this, and this is one of the longer flights I've done from Cincinnati to Seattle. I did one a couple of years back in a private jet little thing, a little Learjet, from Cincy to Vegas, but that's a little shorter. But that was like an overnight thing that I did. Just I was bored and I had the next day off work, and that was before I started trucking and everything like that. So, but I'm off today. It's actually my birthday. For anybody who doesn't know, I shouldn't have mentioned that, but whatever. And yeah. So descending through 21,500 now at 230 knots. I have my speed setting to 225 up here on the auto throttle speed setting. Plane is running a little low on unlimited fuel, which I haven't set to unlimited fuel. I guess it just shows that you're low. But one of these days I'm going to do it without unlimited fuel, where I have to fuel up in the simulator, which would be weird, but whatever. Eventually we're going to get vectors. I would think they would have done it by now. Up here is the Seattle Class Bravo airspace, which is below 10,000 feet. We can't exceed 250 knots. As we'll be on an approach, I try not to exceed 200. Usually between 200 and like 225 is what I'll set it to on an approach inside the Bravo. And take it nice and slow. Hope there's not another plane in front of us, because the AI in the simulator they have some serious mental issues. They don't know how to do the flying thing. They'll land and then they'll just sit on the runway.
1385. Contact Seattle Center on 120.3. 120.3.
And when you're coming in behind them, it's kind of frustrating. I've almost had a crash because the plane just decided to stop on the runway and stay there for like 20 minutes.
Flight level 183, descending 16,000. Delta 1385, Seattle Center, roger.
That's just the phone going off, people posting on my birthday stuff. I will be responding to them momentarily. Once I get this thing on the ground in Seattle. I have never actually flown to this airport in the simulator. I've looked at a couple of diagrams of it. If logic is to be believed, they're going to have me coming in from the south, landing on either 3-4 left or 3-4 right. There was only 2 runways when this simulator was released. I looked at a modern diagram. There are actually 3 now, all on the same heading. But at this time that this one was released, there was just 2, including the really long one that I guess when they have planes like A380s and stuff touching down that are so super huge, they use that really long one for that. I don't even know if A380s even fly to Seattle. There are no A380s flying now because of the COVID-19 garbage. They've grounded all A380s. Delta's grounded a bunch of their 767s. There's actually, like, I live in Dayton, Ohio, and Wilmington is just a little bit to the east of us. And there's about 20 Delta 767s just parked at Wilmington because they're not using them. So I guess they contract people to store them and keep them in working order for when this all blows over and they can use them again. I haven't gone to see them, but okay, here's the vectors.
6 miles east, turn left heading 205, descend and maintain 9,000. Expect vectors ILS, runway 34 right, approach.
Select another
Please
approach.
stand by, Delta 1385. Delta 1385, roger.
9,000. Okay, visual. Runway, what runway no, 34 right? Okay, we'll do 34 right.
Delta 1385, would like visual, runway 34 right, approach. 1385. You are 5 warp miles east. Turn left heading 210. Descend and maintain 9,000. Expect vectors visual. Runway 3 warp right. Approach. Turn left
There we go.
heading 210. Descend and maintain 9,000. Expect vectors visual. Runway 34 right. Approach. Delta 1385.
We are turning to the heading they gave us, 210. Turned off the nav hold and turned on heading. Sending to 9,000 feet. Here we go, let's do it. And if what I think is true, the 3-4 right that they gave us should actually be the super long one I was telling you about. Let's have a look at a diagram here. Pulling it up on my phone.
Delta 1385. Contact Seattle Center on 134.95. Going to 134.95.
That is confirmed. That is the super long one, so we can't miss it.
Seattle Center, Delta 1385 is out of 12,900 for 9,000.
I could come down here and manually do the radio changes, but since I'm on an approach, I can just do it automatically like this. That way it makes it like I have an actual co-pilot here who is working the radios while I'm flying the approach as the pilot in command. So, I do have a co-pilot here. His name is Mr. Business, and he is a silly cat. Isn't that right, bud? He's over here by the window just kind of hanging out. Sometimes he'll jump on my lap while I'm flying. It's hilarious. But yeah, we got plenty of stopping distance on this runway. Yeah. And I do believe that is Mount Rainier directly in front of us, because it's definitely in the right direction away from Seattle and Tacoma. At least from what I remember from being there. And we're definitely close enough for it to be there. Like down here's Tacoma Airport, and Mount Rainier on the GPS would probably be like right about here. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. That would be where it would be. I never actually got too close to Mount Rainier in my trucking career. In fact, my time in Washington was really spent to the north of Seattle, and then down in like southern Washington, like middle of nowhere, right across the river from Oregon. So, and then obviously I-90 across the entirety of the state, like through Spokane and through the Columbia Valley and that kind of stuff.
Delta 1385, turn right heading 240.
Turn right
to
heading
240.
Delta 1385.
Here we go. Set. The other annoying thing about the simulator is having to do this looking around with the hat switch on top of the joystick. It's getting kind of cumbersome. That's why one day, if I don't end up actually getting the pilot's license, which that's going to be a thing, I'm going to be working on that here soon, I'd want to get more monitors for here. That way I could just have all the angles, and I could just look forward and just look at the stuff instead of having to sit here with this freaking hat switch.
Morning, November 9069, like Seattle Center, Roger, altimeter 2992.
So I'm getting hit with little turbulence here. And we are at 9,000 feet. They don't want us descending any lower, probably because of these mountains. Because again, if I remember Seattle right, there's these mountains a little bit to the east, and then once you get out of them, Seattle's pretty much at sea level. So at least I'm pretty sure. I could be 100% wrong on that. I just know Seattle's not a place you want to be when they have like a really bad winter and there's avalanches on I-90, because you get stuck in Seattle for a couple of days, and that was torturous when I had that happen. If I'm not mistaken, Seattle should be that direction over there. That looks like Puget Sound, and then the airport should be in this area here. At least if I'm not mistaken. So we're at 9,000 up there on landing lights.
Contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
Point 126.6, running 69er Mike.
Somebody being told to get off frequency. Somebody normal Mooney. Why are my taxi lights on? And the strobe, why are they also on? I turned those off. Whatever.
Delta 1385. Contact Seattle approach on 120.1.
Going
Okay,
to
we're going to approach.
120.1, Delta 1385. Seattle approach, Delta 1385, with you.
Delta 1385. Seattle approach. Roger. Altimeter 2992.
Okay, we're on with approach.
Delta 1385. Descend and maintain 6,300.
Descend and maintain 6,300, Delta 1385.
There we go. The actual elevation at Seattle Airport. I'm thinking it's nothing higher than sea level, considering it's not exactly coastal, but you know. ...432 feet. So basically sea level.
Delta 1385. Contact Seattle approach on 126.5.
126.5, Delta 1385. Seattle approach, Delta 1385, with you.
Okay.
Delta 1385.
Approach again.
Seattle approach. Roger. Altimeter 2992.
GPS again. We are in the Class Bravo. Airport is over here. The probably going to come over here and then kind of wing it in here from the south. So we are at altitude. The one they wanted, the one they assigned us. So hopefully I don't crash and die. Definitely not something you want to hear from a pilot flying your plane.
Delta 1385. Turn right heading 255.
Turn right heading 255, Delta 1385.
There we go. 255.
4,800.
Descend and maintain 4,800. Delta 1385.
Down to 4,800. Straight ahead here, that's the Tacoma Airport, so they'll have us loop in here. I want to say it's this group of buildings right here is the Seattle Airport that you can see off in the distance. In fact, can't see it yet. Okay. You can have it stay in the cockpit, but lock onto a view of the runway, like looking right at it, so you can have it in sight. Usually I don't have to do that. Usually I can just see it off in the distance, but sometimes it takes a while to render because I do have an add-on graphics package for the airport graphics, and that sometimes causes the runways and taxiways to take a little longer to render than they would if it was just the default. So pretty sure it was that.
Delta 1385. Descend and maintain 2,400.
Descend and maintain 2,400. Delta 1385.
There we go.
Delta 1385. Turn right heading 285.
285.
Turn right heading 285. Delta 1385.
285.
Delta 1385. Turn right heading 315.
Turn right heading 315. Delta 1385.
There we go. I have a feeling, because we're getting close to heading 340, and that's what the runway heading will be, so I have a feeling we're getting close to final here.
Seattle approach Pacifica 963 is at 15,400. Descending 11,000.
Pacifica
Yep, that's the one.
963. Seattle approach. Roger. Altimeter 2992. Pacifica 963. Contact Seattle Center on 134.905.
134.905. Pacifica 963.
Pretty much a straight shot. This will be the first time that I've done a landing with me recording the actual landing instead of just sending you a replay of a good one. So if this is a bad landing, I apologize in advance.
Delta 1385. Contact Seattle approach on 120.1.
Going to 120.1. Delta 1385. Seattle approach. Delta 1385 with you.
Delta 1385. Seattle approach. Roger. Altimeter 2992. Delta 1385. Airport is at your 1 o'clock, 12 miles. Turn right heading 345. Port runway in sight.
Turn right heading 345. Delta 1385.
Wait, crap. Wrong. Hang on.
Delta 1385 has the runway in sight. Delta
Alright, we're on manual control now. Here we go.
1385,
Gears coming down, flaps to 1.
Maintain 2,400. Cleared visual, runway 34, right approach.
Stop
Contact
picking
Seattle
up
Tower
altitude
on
plane.
119.9er. Descend.
Acknowledge the approach clearance and then just immediately contact tower.
Seattle Tower, Delta 1385 is 9er miles south. Inbound visual, runway 34, right
Flaps.
approach.
Delta 1385, Seattle Tower, make straight in, runway 34 right, altimeter 299er2.
Make straight in, runway 34, right, Delta 1385.
This could be rough because everything decided to go haywire there. We got runway straight ahead there.
Delta 1385, clear to land, runway 34 right.
And we have landing
Clear to
clearance.
land,
Here we
runway
go.
34, right, Delta 1385.
Another notch of flaps. Got a 737 ahead of us. Looks like he's just taking off from the same runway. So he's not a factor right now. Except maybe for wake turbulence.
Pacifica 3034, contact Seattle, departure on 120.1.
Another notch of flaps.
120.1, Pacifica 3034.
Gear is confirmed down. Good on glide slope. According to the poppy lights there. Red over white, we're alright. Delicate piece of work to do here. Okay, now we're a little steep. We need to come down a little bit. Power to idle. Speed is dropping. We're at 149 knots and falling.
Sync rate.
No,
Sync rate.
no sync rate.
Sync rate.
Shut your sync rate mouth.
Seattle Tower, Pacifica 9er 6, 3 is 9er miles south, inbound ILS, runway 34 right approach. Pacifica 9er 6, 3,
Here we
Seattle
are.
Tower, make straight in, runway
Coming in
34
hot.
right, altimeter 299er2. Fly straight in, runway 34 right, Pacifica 9er 6, 3.
Ground effect. There we are. Touchdown. Speed brakes.
Pacifica 9er 9er
Wow, that nose came down
6,
really
clear
hard.
to land, runway 34
Reverse
right,
thrust.
follow the aircraft on the runway. Cleared to land, runway 34 right, Pacifica 9er 6, 3. Delta 1385, turn next taxiway.
Speed brakes coming down. Turn here on the next taxiway.
Delta 1385, contact ground on 121.7.
Alright, over to ground.
121.7, Delta 1385. Seattle ground, Delta 1385, request taxi to the gate. Delta 1385, taxi to gate Alpha 6, using taxiway Mike Bravo. Taxiing to gate Alpha 6, via taxiway Mike
Press
Bravo.
taxi, take us
Delta
right to it.
1385.
Welcome to Seattle for all of the virtual people who are aboard this plane who are not dead from the nose gear coming down super hard, because I should not have hit the actual brake. But I just did out of habit. I'm used to flying smaller planes that don't really have that kind of a reaction. But yeah, I'll get us to the gate here, and then we'll look at a replay of that landing, because that was almost atrocious as far as the nose gear was. Then the main gear, it seemed like it came down pretty smooth. But and there's that other plane that was contacting right when I was touching down about landing, another 737. He's about to touch down. We'll watch him come in. There he is. He's down. Looks like he hit pretty hard too. Am I going to have a jetway at my gate, or is it going to not give me one? Some gates it has it, some gates it doesn't. Looks like mine does not have it. Because it would just tax the graphics card so much to render one of those at each and every gate at the time they made this. Which this simulator is the better part of a decade old. This one in particular. The one I first had came out in 03, so that was a long time ago. And the cat has jumped up on my table. Keep the computer
Seattle,
on.
ground, Pacifica 963.
Parking brake.
Request taxi to the gate.
Pacifica 963.
Engines are shutting down. Cat is off table.
Via taxiway November Bravo Alpha.
Cat is loved.
Taxiing to gate
All right.
November 16 via taxiway November.
Let's look at a replay of that landing. Hopefully we
Bravo
can
Alpha.
find one.
Pacifica 963.
Okay. Okay, here we go. There's the runway. There's the plane. We're trying to land. Because this was downright atrocious. I didn't really remember that I had all of that stopping distance to work with. Alright, here we are. It was butter on the main gear. That nose gear came down. I mean, if that was real life, that would have broke. And there's the reverse thrust. Okay, yeah. So that was rough, and oh, this guy's pushing back. Look at that. There he goes. World Travel is pushing back. Anyway, that does it for this flight. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here. Have a nice one, folks.